Y'all want to ruin relationships. I'm gonna ruin marriages. I'm gonna ruin marriages today. And not just that. You thought I was finished. No one's gonna get married after I make this app. So men, wait no longer. Wait no longer. I'm done. I'm done. I've had enough. I'm fed up with this BS. All right. I'm gonna make this app, and no one is getting married after I publish it. No one and their mama is getting married. I don't give a hell.
And that's the problem that we're now having, man. This war, this gender war is just getting ridiculous. But you know who always strikes first? The females. The female gender tend to think that they have the moral high ground and they're out there doing God's work. We're going to expose the men who have done us wrong. Not for rape, not for anything illegal, just for the fact that we were denied, we were shut down. We were used, apparently, even though you're the one that's responsible for opening your legs. Oh, he didn't pay for my dinners. He didn't pay for this. He's a brokey. Oh, he slept with my friend. Now, if men brought out a similar app and exposed women for their bad behavior, I can assure you, ladies, there would be no comparison. Because what you all are known for is incredibly high body counts. Every man's greatest fear is actually hooking up with a woman who has already been around the block. That is what you're fearing. Your reputation being exposed. And unfortunately, you caused that. You all struck first.
My advice, if you're married and you think you're happily married and your husband starts to cheat on you, he's a piece of shit.
Damn.
And look at him, it's a piece of shit, and get out of it. Get out of that marriage. But I couldn't do that. Couldn't walk away.
Didn't you have an affair early on in the relationship, or when you were a stockbroker?
Yeah, but I don't think Andy ever knew about that.
Wait a minute!
He did say
What?
He did?
Yes, you would confess to him.
Oh.
He says he didn't stray from the marriage until you told him you had already strayed.
Oh, that's not true. I don't think.
You went first.
What happened? You had an affair?
I had a very brief affair with a very attractive Irish man. And it was just nothing. There's nothing. In terms of, it would never have broken up, I would never have broken up a marriage for it. There's nothing. There's nothing.
Jesus Christ. Help us.
This was a stupid idea.
You're the one who wanted to play.
They're coming! They're coming now!
Welcome, my friends. My name is Antoine Phoenix, and this is my RP experience. Peace and love to all my brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on all notifications so you know when I have a whole new video up. Today's video. Today, we're diving deep into a phenomenon that's shaking up the dating world, the T.E.A. app. Now, you might have heard whispers, seen screenshots, or even been directly impacted by this controversial platform. But what exactly is it? And why is it sparking so much debate? The T.E.A, which stands for Truth, Exposure, Accountability, initially emerged as a woman-centric platform designed to share experiences and hold men accountable for harmful behaviors in dating. The idea was to create a safer space, allowing women to warn others about individuals who might spread STDs, engage in physical harm, or commit SA. This concept, born from a genuine need for safety in the often treacherous landscape of online dating, was unfortunately and perhaps predictably prone to misuse.
All right. As y'all can see here, we're going to kind of slow this down because everybody that swipes through these things, they swipe hella fast. You can see where they got the flags up here. You got a green flag here. You got majority of red flags on these men. But do y'all see the common theme here? And I'm not talking about nationality, but I'm talking about the fact that you got guys that are posting up with middle fingers. You got guys showing off wads of cash. You got men that look very hoodish, very street. You got your local athletes. You got these guys. Look, it's the same thing. It's just repeated over and over and over. These guys look like F-boys. No disrespect. These, and it's not all of them, but it's majority of them. These guys look like the type of guys that you're not supposed to take serious, right? This dude throwing up what looked like could potentially be some gang signs here. These are the type of guys that majority of these women go for.
And we are going to be talking about race here. Not that it's just black men. I believe it's Hispanic men, white men, but pretty much of what he showed on there, most of those was black pookies, thug dudes, which I know the women in my nationality, a lot of them go for that particular man. And white women that mess with black dudes a lot, they go for those types of men right there. And I know the thing because I feel protected. Okay. Because the dude is going to be starting shit, getting into shit, and probably half the time, or a lot of the time, he'll be able to handle what he's getting into until his time runs out. And this is what I mean, as a black man, that's what I'm fighting against. Not to say that I'm holier than thou, that I'm perfect, but I do actually think about the women that come into my path that I'm not going to be using and abusing them. I say, though, I will treat her like she's acting. So if she wants to be bouncing from guy to guy, I'm not going to try to hold on to her. I'm not going to try to save her. In the past, I would, but that's only because the woman kept coming back crying into my lap. Now, since I know that's an act, she wants to be out there, then stay out there. And if she looks good enough, she's attractive enough, I don't think she has anything, yeah, I'll probably entertain her. I'm not that good of a person. But I'm not going, a woman that's acting good, that's trying to be a good person, even if maybe she did that way in the past, but she's trying to be a good person now, I'll work with her a bit if she's acting good now and she looks good enough for me. Just being honest. While the initial intent was noble, the woman's T.E.A quickly morphed into something far less constructive. Instead of a purely accountability-focused tool, it became a gossip market and a platform that inadvertently exposed women's poor dating choices. We're seeing countless examples of women sharing highly personal details about ex-partners, often devolving into petty grievances rather than legitimate safety concerns. This shift has raised serious questions about privacy, defamation, and so that's not the excuse that men are not doing the same thing. Because when men on the men's app, they are attacking how a woman looks, her body count, which, depending, as I say, if her reputation is she's sleeping with that dude on the block, that dude on the block, that new dude coming in, especially if it's a good dude, he needs to know. He needs to know. Because he's going to get used and abused, and especially if he goes all the way and gets married to her. There's no way she's going to do him good after doing all of that. Maybe 10 years later, after she has did a total transformation and been in the church, maybe.
And then you got the red flags, meaning beware, look out. You might not want to deal with this individual.
Gonna attack me when I say this, but listen, women need to just go back to having arranged marriages and not picking for themselves, because everything that I figured out from this T app just shows me that a lot of y'all, I mean, I don't know, like, you can't pick, because every time I see pictures on there of these dudes, the dudes be having like a money fan like this, be looking like this, be like this, like doing some stupid nut teenage stuff, right? And y'all would be like, what's the tea on him? Is he cool? Or then y'all got some bad stuff to say about it. I'm like, bro, y'all need to learn how to profile, because a dude taking a picture with a shiesty and holding a fan of money or sitting on top of a car probably isn't the best type of dude for you. I don't know why you're so freaking desperate to see that, hey, maybe because he looks like a bad guy. He's not really a bad guy. He's just cosplaying. He's just acting like that. Like, no, he really is a bad guy, okay? Then you guys get all upset and everything when you guys hear these bad things about him. And I'm like, look at him. His profile picture, he's holding a ciggy in his mouth like this. The ciggy is just hanging out his mouth. And I got the nerve to sit there and just see it. Like, why am I seeing this? Because the T app is supposed to help women. You guys are your own destruction, bro. You guys are literally destroying yourselves. You're doing this to yourselves. Come look at the pictures that y'all posted of dude. And I'm like, I'm sure that you guys went and picked out the best picture you could find of him. And that's what you came up with? So it's just like these dudes will literally be treating you guys like crap because you picked them when they are crap. Stop trying to get a man that is not made. We only want made men. We don't want to build up no men or nothing at all. Why are you doing that? That's terrible. Like, that's stupid. So boom, right? You guys will get these bummy, ugly, weird, bad body, out of shape, smoke ciggies and all of that stuff. You guys will get these type of dudes and then get mad when they don't treat you right. And I'm like, bro, you could have looked at him and seen that he wasn't about nothing. Ugh. And then y'all get mad when they talk so much stuff about us and be like, oh, that woman, da, da, da. You're like, oh, why are you a woman's business? Because you're letting them. You're going to lay down with the dude that looks like he's from the movie Goonies. And then you get upset when he feels like his opinion. You gave him the entitlement to have an opinion. Women need to go back to having arranged marriages. Bye.
Boy. And that's what I mean. As black men, we already have that bad reputation. And I'm not talking about the thing of being, some of us being out of shape. But I'm talking about that dog reputation that a lot of us have. And that's why I came at this guy. Well, I wasn't coming at him, but I was coming at his behavior. Dating in the Philippines, running through the women over there. Now, of course, the women are accountable for making the choice and choosing him, but he's making it bad for the men coming after him that's not on that type of time, that may be trying to see find a good Filipino woman over there. So he's muddying the waters, making probably a lot of them feel like, oh, those men ain't crap. That's why I'm saying those types of men, those Pookies, Ray Rays, I'm talking about of every nationality, but specifically of black men, do not let them be our representative. Okay? Be different. Do not be those types of dudes. Unless if those women are acting like 304s, then fine, let them go. But if that woman seems like she wants something and you are banging her lights out, then try to see where it goes. That's just what I'm saying. Don't do what the men over here is doing that already help fuck up the dating market. The women start because they were choosing those men, and those men just made it worse. And then the cycle continues. Now, in response to the women's T.E.A, a men's version emerged and is taking on even more direct and some would say brutal approach. The men's T.E.A has focused heavily on how women looks and sexual history has opened a new Pandora's box of issues, from body shaming to weaponization of past relationships. However, and this is where it gets interesting, the men's app has also provided an unexpected and be it harsh insight. It can be a good way to avoid women who simply string along good men just to have fun with the bad boys on the side. Yes. Now, I do endorse this. Look, I already use a woman's social media to help weed them out now. Okay? If they're best friends, they're hanging on their back, they seem like they're really flirtatious, they seem like they hate men. Not that all those women are bad either. I'm talking about the women that have issues with men, because I don't know her life. Maybe she had a father that really disappointed her or something, and is a slim possibility that if she meets a man that's different, she will treat him right. The only thing with that is, I think, when you have those types of issues, it's easier for you to sabotage the relationship because you already is thinking the worst. Even if at a small period of time you will open your heart and think everything's okay, until you see a talk show or you watch Love Island or some female or male friend puts an idea in your head. I'm talking to the women here. Then you will sabotage the relationship with the man that is acting right.
Of the T.E.A. And yes, ladies, I'm seeing faces. I'm seeing faces. I'm seeing faces. I'm seeing statements. I just got done flying her out, smashed and flew her back, and I just found out she's married with 3 kids. Ladies, y'all please be careful out here. Y'all please be careful, because they're attaching a face to a scenario. And I'm telling you this right now, y'all be careful. Leave people alone. If you're married, honor your wife and honor your husband starting today. Starting today. Baby, look, I'm on both apps. I'm on both apps. It's getting a little dangerous in these streets, okay? Getting a little dangerous. A little dangerous.
Y'all be sharing the same neighborhood Nick Cannon. Are we all dating the same man? Yeah, we told y'all that. He got 5 kids by 3 different women, and there's 3 other women fighting over him right now. Ew. Y'all trying to see why y'all all got the same UTI and bacterial infection? It's him, yeah, it's him. It was him the whole time. It was him. He dirty. He hit you with the dirty dick, wiping it off, hit the next one that showed up. The same game he running on her, working on you. I know you thought you were different. No, it's that same dirty nigga y'all keep passing around. That's all it is. They got people talking about suing. Keith said, you put me on a T.E.A. I know what I did. I was there. Yeah, there's men like me who just have no fear. We're just like, it's not even in my wheelhouse. Like, ain't nobody putting me nowhere that I was doing this and that. Anyway, I hope this is a learning experience for you guys, and I hope that you stop blaming all of us for the actions of a few.
Well, it's more than a few. I hate when women, men, other nationalities will say it's only a few of us, not the majority of us. Look, if I was put a graph up, and okay, I use this example right here because I like this dude, but he already failed the test. He used the N-word. I don't know no black person that does not use the N-word, men or women. Let's not let me even get into the Puerto Ricans that use that word. I'm the only one that I know don't use it by reflex. I'm pretty sure I'm only part of maybe the 10-20% that don't do it. So, with the men that the women are choosing, if we take the whole graph, of course, is only the 1 to maybe 5% of guys that might be a certain height or to have over $500,000 in their bank account. That's millionaire status. That's 5%. But then when you get down to people that have poor behavior, that have narcissistic traits, I don't think everybody is a full-on narcissist, but I do think a lot of people are either sociopathic or they have negative traits by the environments or the people that they have been around. They have learned behaviors. I think that's at least 20 to 30% of people right off the rip of every gender, every race are just bad. Are just bad people. Maybe 10 to 20% are really bad. And then there are people that's trying to be bad. That's maybe 30%. So therefore you got 50%. So it's good 30 to 50% of people that are trash. I don't think women are inherently wrong when they are saying men are trash. It's just that when they say all men are trash, is a lot of men trash? Probably so. But not all men are trash. Okay? And not all women are trash. But it's not a little bit. So let's just stop that particular thing right there. Because I know a lot of guys that are wannabe thugs. They're not true thugs, but they want to be thugs. Or they want to be players. Okay? And I'm pretty sure there's women on the same side that do the same shit. And this is where the exposing how most women go for the same type of man in real time comes in. We're analyzing data and user submissions from both versions of the T.E.A, and the patterns are undeniable. We're seeing a consistent trend where, despite stated preferences, many women gravitate towards a very specific archetype of man. Often the one perceived as exciting or challenging, even if it leads to repeated negative experiences. This isn't about, I was reading a note saying this isn't about judgment. Yes, it is about judgment. It's about judgment because you are choosing your destroyer. And if that's what you want, then fine. But don't blame me for it. And I don't want to deal with the trauma and the baggage later.
Your 20s, like who the to get married and settle down. I want to feel the thrill. I want to be getting my head bashed in the mattress, and then I want to be getting ghosted the next day. I want to have my heart ripped out of my chest, and I want to do it all over again.
I want to get my heart broken and I want to do it all over again. No! This is the worst advice women are giving in 2025. Glamorizing getting ghosted and your heart ripped out like pain is a lifestyle and dysfunction is sexy. And to think some of you are actually listening to this, thinking it's empowering to be used, thrown out, and broken over and over again. This is exactly why modern dating is hell. Broken women create broken men, and broken men destroy families. By the time you grow out of this phase, the good men, they're already gone. Building a relationship with someone who chose peace, love, and loyalty early, I chose that life. I chose discipline over chaos, and now I have peace. Real peace, not a fake validation from a one-night stand. You weren't made for trauma, you were made for love. But you'll never find that if pain is your preference. So wake up. You're not being empowered, you're just being emptied.
Yeah.
The implications of the T.E.A are profound. It's a double-edged sword. On one hand, it highlights the very real dangers and the frustrations of modern dating. On the other, it risks becoming a tool for public shaming and erosion of privacy. dating in the USA could be really done as we know it. The traditional courtship rituals, the slow build of trust, the privacy of personal relationships, all of it is being challenged by platforms like T. It forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about our own dating patterns, our biases, and often unspoken rules of attraction. So, what do you think? Is the T.E.A a necessary evil, a dangerous tool, or simply a mirror reflecting the messy reality of modern romance? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Personally, I believe it's a necessary evil. And it's simply reflecting how both genders think, really. And see, this proves a point of mine of how when something's first created, once it gets touched by other people, it can morph and get mutated into something dangerous. A lot of men and even women will say feminism is the cause of the downfall to society right now. Now, I will say the form that feminism has taken right now, yes, is bad. But I don't believe feminism began for no reason. I believe the men of the past was getting really out of control. Things was really unfair for the women then. And then they stood up and made this movement. It's just the thing is, once other women got their hands on it, they begin to change it into something else. It's the same thing like the men's space. I believe when it was first created, it was created for a space for men to discuss the issues that they have with women. Because women already have platforms to complain about men. Whether it was Oprah, Sally, Jesse, Raphael, all those talk shows, The View, The Real, whatever. Tons of outlets for women to complain about men. And even ones that men were speaking, such as Dr. Phil, it was still slanted on the women's side most of the time. The only time maybe he was fair if it was talking about if the kids was acting up. Then he probably would check a young woman that was disrespecting her mom. And even with this T.E.A, the guy that created, and I'm going by what I read, he created it because his mom was having problems in dating. So he created a thing so his mom and other women can be able to safely vet men out there. And I inherently don't think it was nothing wrong with that, but I knew how it would change because of the women that's out here dating. And this right here has been proven. It's proved what type of men that most of you pick. And it also proves how petty and how heartless men can be by first going and hitting you below the belt of how you look, how you smell, how much you're getting flown out, that type of stuff right there. So, look, I think dating in the U.S., I know some of the women friends in my friends list has recently been proposed to and got married to. Good luck. Good luck. I wish you guys the good luck. But after doing it once, getting in a serious relationship, getting heart crushed, yeah, I think dating in the U.S. is mostly done. Once again, I'm not going to say it's all women, but I know the variable of how women date. They're dating like if they're seriously dating and if you get the best version of them, it's because you make them feel a certain kind of way. So you have to make them feel a certain kind of way and also be able to take care of her and uphold your hand, your end of the bargain. Thing is, though, is I'm going to get a wife, is I'm going to get a woman that's going to be there for me. Where, and most women are like, no. Now, if she feels something for you, then she probably will do that. But the thing is, though, those feelings won't last for long. So my only choice that I think makes sense to me is to meet a woman that has sky high feelings for me and puts me up there and has already been groomed by her parents of how to treat a man, which is not too much in the US. So that's my strategy right there. Give me a like and subscribe. And if you want to see more videos like this, click one of the thumbnails below. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it.
Of a dozen women being asked the following question: do we need men? Most answered very quickly, no. Because men are useless.
This headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single. Most young women are not.
Young men have fallen faster than any demographic in America over the last 40 years.
It's a different world now. Like, we don't need men the way that they used to.
Nobody needs men! The future is female. Men and women are drifting further apart, and society is crumbling because of it.
A fascinating debate has broken out about the value of marriage.
You've kind of got the trad-con versus red pill thing. This men's rights crowd that sometimes just goes too far the other way.
You need to stop acting like grown boys and infants and actually become men.
Marriage is a bond, and it's a sacred bond.
It's a machine designed to extract resources from you.
Now many of the red-pilled have taken the position that it's bad for men to get married.
Hannah Pearl Davis, or just Pearly Things.
One of the most controversial faces in all of the internet.
She goes on to say that marriage is a terrible deal for men.
Because if me and you were in a business contract, you would never sign a contract where I am paid to leave.
Gee, what could go wrong there?
74% or something of divorces are initiated by women. Men have everything to lose, primarily their own children.
Men get killed by the courts and by divorce laws.
I had no idea that courts of family law were courts of equity, not courts of law.
Because in family court, you don't need evidence to accuse someone of abuse. You need no evidence. When you guys say get married young, a lot of these men don't know what they're signing up for, and you're not going to be there when their entire life falls apart. I interview them on the other side.
I didn't meet my son until he was 15 months old.
How much did you spend trying to get him back?
On legal fees alone was about $200,000.
Before you know it, you're homeless. You're literally just thrown out onto the street.
We absolutely reinforce bad behavior from women.
Wives are taught to leave their husbands, and then daughters grow up without their fathers.
Family is the foundation of the society.
Every problem in society comes from single mother homes.
A lot of women will just chase this negative rabbit hole of happiness, endless happiness.
Feminism's biggest failures is it lies to women. We tell women to date as many guys as possible. We tell them to put off family and a marriage.
You are allowed to leave your perfect husband. You are allowed to end a relationship with a really great boyfriend.
Oh, freeze your eggs, have an abortion. What? You're evil.
I don't think there's anything else in life that we actually ever go into preparing to fail. Right. Like if you have the mentality of this is going to go wrong and be pessimistic, naturally the outcome is going to be that it's going to fail anyway. Yeah. It's self-sabotage. And that's the thing, like women are so willing to leave marriages because they're not happy. This is not about happiness. The most important thing is the children. And the problem is we have a modern society where it's me, my feelings, leave when I feel like it, instead of doing what's best for the kids.
This myth that we live in an age of male privilege. Where's my male privilege?
They think, well, men have all the rights. They have all the power.
Privileged patriarchal system that we have.
Why doesn't our society care about men's rights?
I have no friends, no wife, and no social life.
Men are alone in this situation. Men are homeless. Men are thinking about eating guns.
I've seen so many men on the brink of suicide and they didn't do anything wrong.
How are you equal if the men are the ones that have to fight and die to defend the country? The men are the ones that build and maintain all the infrastructure.
Women are helplessly dependent upon men.
The so-called deaths of despair from suicide, overdose to alcohol, 3 times higher among men than among women.
Culture is telling men, you are no good.
You got to get your act together.
I think men have failed themselves.
What kind of a man are you? What kind of a woman are you going to attract?
If men are in trouble, so are women.
Everybody knows this is a huge problem, but nobody wants to admit it.
Every single woman at the table said they wanted a man.
500K,
500K, 300K,
200K.
Am I crazy?
Everything is really set up against you to fail as a man.
If men make less than women, women don't want to marry them.
So you know who wants more economically and emotionally viable men? Women.
I don't want to be an independent woman anymore.
I don't want to be a strong, independent woman.
I'm over it. When is it going to be my turn?
Where are we meeting the men that don't stop?
I can't keep having these same conversations.
The only simp here is you, Pearl. You simp for men.
I think you simp for women.
She's a provocateur. She says stupid stuff, but Pearl is right about this.
It's already happening. It's just not out in the open yet.
Now it's just hookup culture is going to be our fairy tale ending because men don't want a wife and women can't find a husband.
The future, if everybody follows your path, is there is no future.
We go into population decline, and our economy goes into decline.
Civilization will crumble.
The American story does not end well. This is an existential crisis failing young men.